bump it. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems.
All right, Coach, thanks. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Tennessee Titans. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
Let's go, baby.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Yeah, let's get sandwich.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
You ain't got nothing. 22 Jet Bombers. 22 Jet Bombers.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. McCoy looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 3rd play here this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Go.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go now. 90 Wolf.
Get ready.
Topper.
Tighten up.
Hey, seam 6. Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot. And got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown Titans. A big play there. 83 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the first drive, 3-and-out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 19th touchdown now of the season. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. The extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Now this throw caught left side. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
26 yards.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Come on, set. 30 base.
At the 36-yard line.
Ready?
Off play action. McCoy. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
A 53-yard attempt.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Mike 3. Mike 3. Here we go. Check. Crouch. X3. 218. Chopper. Switch. Five.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught right side by Daniels. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Coming, baby. I'm coming.
They'll run on first down. It's Brown, and he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
6-6, pull it high.
Kill, turn up.
On second down now. It's Brown, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh. Recon, 132 fighter. Lucky. Shoot.
On third down, Brown. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
It's now 4th down and 1.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it with Brown. And some space here. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field, and he wasn't letting the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
The Bucs take first down.
Come on,
10
fellas.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On second down, Love. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Eason, and he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards on the play, and a Buccaneer first down. Looking to throw. Eason. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Eason. They'll let this go for the end zone. And, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
On third down, Eason. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, it's Brown. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Let's go, D.
Chopper, hit it.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Ready.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Give him 30 yards there.
Ready.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Running right, here's Brown. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Ready up.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
At the 45-yard
Let's make these
line.
protein spill.
Kill. He's crashing.
Go.
He'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. This is Brown on the carry. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well. So conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a run with Singletary. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. $12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now a give, right side. Brown. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Here we go. 30 base. Blue draw Corkers.
Blue down. Shoot.
They'll run on third down with Brown. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Mike 3! Mike 3!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Night, sweetheart!
Ready?
They'll run. This is Brown. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Go now. 10-2, son.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike 3! Mike 3!
They'll set up to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He was looking for Daniels that time, and it'll bring up third down.
And 12 yards to go.
Set. 18 Gator.
No, he ain't got it.
Hey, exit.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Mike 4.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
He'll drop to throw. There goes a deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
I'm coming after you. Check 9.
Off the play fake. Eason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. This is Brown. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Army.
80 weapon.
Check.
Get it.
Right back to Brown. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line.
Got it.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Pilot, 64, wait. Check, snap.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. With it is Brown.
Good work, man. Let's go. Let's go.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Man, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Get him. X3, 218, chop it up.
Now a first carry for their fullback. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Let's go, D. Big series right here, so we got to step it up. Set it.
On 2nd down now, it's Brown. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
30 base.
Here we go. Double tight, guys.
6-6, pull it high.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Brown. A gain of 8 and a first down.
What's the old adage, partner? Don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice gain.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The extra point up and good, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 3rd down, Pollard. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, Eason. And this is incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down but come up empty. And the Titans, they've got the football back and they've got it in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
61, matchbox lights.
Now a give, right side. Brown. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 21st touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. The point after is good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. On 1st down, Pollard. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now Pollard. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tony Pollard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs are able to get a score back. Extra point by Gay is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2000...
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Titans. Marquise Brown. Touchdown number 22 on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, three things can happen, and two of them are bad.
Is
He
that
would
what he
have
is?
kissed it on the ground.
Pollard going to try the right side. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 45 yards. A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just called the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Here's Love again. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Run for Pollard.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Pollard. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Brown. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the end zone. He is so locked into that so-called zone, I don't think they're going to get him out of it in this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. So it shifts past him. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
On first down, Pollard. They find some open field here. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 42 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
91.
Off-play action. Eason, now a desperation throw deep down. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready up.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Let's go.
A gain of 19 yards. That's good for a Titans first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And he's got some space here. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
That's another Titans first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
You draw Corkers. Joker. Ready.
Now a give, right side. Brown. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.